I mean, there's so much in that, right? First off, I have freely admitted it's actually in my first book that I used the 1% rule when I got started. Free admission. It is a horrible rule of thumb that has probably hurt more people than it's helped because it gives you permission to be lazy. It gives you permission not to dig. Like in your example, if you would have just blindly followed the 1% rule, you would have probably been smoked when you got a $2,000 heating bill,
Mhm.
right? Because that's not in the numbers. And also, obviously, it usually takes you to lower end properties, and there's just all of these things that the 1% rule really can injure you if you take it as it's is kind of truth. It's okay. It's a rule of thumb. It can allow you to sift through things, but the values in doing the work and, like you say, understanding a specific property's yield or cash on cash or whatever you want to call that. So, what year was that when you started, and how long did you go? Like, how many deals do you think you underwrote? I want people to know you didn't underwrite 7 deals, right? How many are we talking about here?
Yeah, so I've underwritten hundreds of properties in that hit that buy box. Every single multi, and remember, this is Fairbanks, Alaska. It's not, we're not talking SoCal where there's thousands and thousands of new listings. It's well, maybe not anymore, but um, but there was every single multifamily that would hit the market. I would do an actual underwrite on, and the big, and this is huge credit to one rental at a time. If you just use general rules like 1% rule or anything like that, it doesn't take um, you're not accounting for the local factors, right? You're not accounting for this might be a different investing area, right? So Northern California to Southern California to Milwaukee to Alaska. Like the idea for me underwriting so much that made me confident wasn't being able to use that as a barometer for what other people are investing in the Midwest, but for me to understand what is the average deal in my local market and what can I get that's better than the average deal in my local market. And it took hundreds of properties of underwriting them and then figuring out what price would make sense, finding the right agent that would help me submit those offers. I mean, we even negotiated a bank foreclosure, and that was my first deal in 2020, was a bank foreclosure. It was March of 2020. Everyone was freaking out because of COVID. I was
Yeah.
too, because that's my field of work is environmental health. So we were
Uh-huh.
all freaking out, but I said, you know what? Everyone's really scared. And this property itself has great bones, but like it's got some ugly purple wall. No offense, I know you love purple, but like,
It's all right. It's
purple
okay.
walls, purple walls in the house, just
I don't
random
have any purple
columns.
walls in my house. Don't worry. It's okay.
So just random purple walls, but like my realtor and I were in the crawl space. We're looking at it was great going with an investor minded agent first because everyone else is going to look at the kitchen and how nice the new appliances are, and we're under there looking at the water heater and the furnace, and we're at in the looking at foundation and roof and all that kind of stuff. So that was very helpful to do that. So that first house hack was a duplex that we were able to buy super discounted. This property was bought for over $220,000 2 years prior. We were able to get it for 168,000 because it was owned by the bank, and I still negotiated closing costs for them. So we got instant equity day one, and I'd be happy to tell you how that one panned out. That
Yeah,
was an amazing deal.